Check it out. I know transit workers love drama, love gossip. So I'm going to give you guys exactly what you want. And I'm going to be talking about superintendents this episode. I'm going to let y'all know about Mr. Nepotism, Mr. Ethics Violation himself, Charles Hinsky. Let's start with him. I got a few superintendents to run down, but we go start off with Mr. Nepotism and Mr. Ethics Violations himself, Charles Hinsky, right? So y'all see that rectangle up under Charles Hinsky's photo. For those who don't know, that's what Charles Hinsky looks like. Charles Hinsky got caught spying on my LinkedIn. Now, I heard this for a while that when Hinsky is up in his office, he's listening to my shows. He's spying on my Twitter. You know, before he didn't know that I had a drop and I had tweeted something and he was kind of excited, said I was able to write him up. Then he checked the train I was on. I was deadheading on the train. But Charles Hinsky spends a lot of transit time when he's supposed to be managing on he spent a lot of time on my social media stalking me. Now, you can't tell when somebody's viewing your social media on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can't tell, right? But on LinkedIn, you can tell. And guess who I caught spying on my LinkedIn? Yes, Charles Hinsky. And I don't get it. Why are you checking out my LinkedIn? You're not in my division no more. You're in sub C. I'm in the B division. You got me sent down to SIR where they interrogated me for about 4 hours over some allegations that you made about me. But you are the one who's continuously stalking me. You are the one who's, I'm not going to blow this up yet, but you know who you talking about. I'm going to blow it up soon. If SIR try any funny business, I'm going to blow it up soon because I'm going to show that this whole thing is corrupt, right? But you know what you're doing. You stalking me. You creating a hostile work environment for me. And I don't want to hear that, oh, that's not my page. No, it's your page because I got all the other likes that you did of your family member, right? With that same last name. I got all of that recorded. You don't have to worry about that. You could delete it. You could do whatever you want to do. I got to record it. But why are you stalking me? That's what I want to know. Why are you stalking me? Why are you doing this when you going to SIR and putting these bogus complaints on me? Right? Stop it. It's corny. It's whack. You caught red-handed now. You caught red-handed, Mr. Ethics and Nepotism Violation. Right? Now, let me get to these next set of superintendents. There. I'm going to talk about Stefan Johnson. And I'm going to talk about Charles Herbert at the bottom with the crazy hat on. Right? Now, for those who don't know, Stefan Johnson was the TSS who, through his own coworkers, his own other TSS, was saying that he used to give nothing less than 3 negative evaluations a day for no reason, right? And I had this employee tell me that he had written up that this employee went to go investigate a unruly customer, and because he didn't make the announcement, that this TSS now superintendent wrote him up, right? You guys love drama, and I'm talking about my audience, right? And I got some good drama for you guys this time around. So I want to point out something. First, I want to say this. Superintendent Johnson, Superintendent Herbert didn't do nothing right here, right? But I want to tell you guys something that they did that I felt was good, because if I can criticize people when they bad, I should be able to criticize or acknowledge when they also do good, right? So I want to show you guys this board. I know you guys thought it was drama, but I think it's very important that you guys see what they're trying to do, the culture that they're trying to foster on the D line now. So, from what I understand, I spoke to both of these superintendents the other day about issues. I'm not going to tell you guys what we spoke about, but it was a positive conversation. And they came up with this idea, or I would say Superintendent Johnson, new deputy superintendent, Superintendent Herbert is the new line superintendent of the D, came up with this thing called the Superintendent's Corner. Superintendent Johnson came up with this idea of the Superintendent's Corner. And if you look closely, it gives information. But what I found that I really liked about this is that it acknowledged good deeds of the employees of that line. You have TSS that was acknowledged. You have a conductor who was acknowledged and a train dispatcher. And it gave the reasons why they were acknowledged. Um, actually, it was a train, TSS, and 3 conductors. And it was for the littlest things, making announcements um while the delays was happening, uh elderly customer fell onto the roadbed, like that type of stuff. And this is the type of morale push that we need inside this company. This is exactly what we need. And out of all my years that I worked for New York City Transit, I have 9 years. I have never seen anything like this. This was something that, I have been trying to get superintendents to do, but superintendents just not with it, right? But I think that it's a good thing. They doing it on the D line. So I want to give a positive shout out to Superintendent Johnson, um, Superintendent Herbert. Now I'm going to say this, Johnson. I know we don't know each other. We started off on the wrong foot, and I'm gonna always put the members first. But after speaking with you, I do have a different view of you. You too, Superintendent Herbert. But I'm gonna give you this advice, Superintendent Johnson. It's going to be an uphill battle because you're going to have superintendents who's just not going to be happy that you're trying to foster a more happier, respectable environment between management and hourly employees. Um, you're going to meet roadblocks. You're going to be stifled. You're going to have red tape. There's going to be a lot of bureaucracy. Um, and if you really are doing this from the bottom of your heart, you're going to have my support. This is something that I do champion. And I wish you all the best. And believe it or not, your biggest enemies in this whole thing is going to be other superintendents who don't want to see this morale change, right? But I would like to, like I said, give you guys a shout out. You guys doing a good job. And moving on to my next superintendent, because I found this out recently. This is Superintendent Akito Staccato. And everyone heard about the dispatcher who got attacked with a hammer by EDP at 14th Street and 8th Avenue. Well, Superintendent Akito Staccato was the superintendent who actually chased the guy away and helped the police arrest this perpetrator. And from what I understand, that the dispatcher was calling the superintendent to come downstairs for help. And Akito ran down there after hearing the screams, hearing the commotion, chased the guy away, and like I said, helped basically capture the guy. Um, I don't know why the MTA did not acknowledge Akito, but he did, in my eyes, help save a life. It was heroic of him. So we must acknowledge the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to our coworkers, superintendents. I can't just sit here and just say, these superintendents are bad. These superintendents, they trash. when they do good stuff, we got to reward good behavior because it works the same way, right? If we reward the good people, then the good people will reward us. The thing is that um there's not enough of that in society, period, especially within our MTA society. Even I did a good deed. I saved the life the other day. I did not get a phone call. I didn't get an acknowledgement. I didn't give anything, but people look at me as a leader. People look at me as having influence, and I don't care if you know what your title is. I said this from day one. Good people is good people, and we need good people in all ranks to beat this big bad wolf down called depression, called the old boys network, etc. So when I see good, same way when I see good when it comes to um hourly workers, I'm gonna give that same respect to supervisors, superintendents, no matter who you are. So once again, shout out to Superintendent Stefan Johnson. Shout out to Superintendent Charles Herbert. Shout out to Superintendent Akito Staccato. Excellent job. I hope the MTA actually see a heroic effort in this whole entire thing, and I hope that you get the acknowledgement that you deserve. But once again, this guy right here, he gets no acknowledgement. Mr. Ethics and Nepotism Violation gets absolutely no acknowledgement. He's a tyrant. He don't want to change the morale. He want to keep things in place. He's one of the anchors of the Old Boys Network, the Old Boys Club. He believes in big stick management. Um, his whole crew does, right? Um, and they are no good for what we trying to foster here. I'm quite sure, Stephen Johnson, you're probably going to get some backlash from this guy. And yo, Herbert, I heard that this is your guy too. But as you can see, I know how to separate and not hold you accountable because of the crowd that you the crowd that the company that you keep allegedly, right? But you're doing a good thing on the D line, and I hope that you keep it up. But Charles Hinsky, he's a problem here. He has to go. There's no other way around it, and that's what the way it is. I hope y'all like this segment. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.